Library of Congress seal, of course. Mm-hmm. We see the title, all that, April 1913, all that, cool. Uh, Columbus, a Spaniard, and a J. Some 12 or 15 years ago, a Spanish scholar, Don Garcia de la Riga, a principal citizen of Pontevedra in Galicia, whose name has been given to one of the streets of their town, discovered from the local archives that in the 15th century, a family was established there of the name of Colon, right? And this is where Columbus comes from. It actually comes from that word, Colon. Several members of which bore the same forenames as are to be found among the Colombos of Genoa, the kinsmen of Christopher Columbus. Okay? In 1434 and in 1437, there was at Pontevedra a Domingo Colon. In 1438, a Bartolome Colon. In 1496, a Cristobal Colon. In 1434, a Blanco Colon. Now Domenico was the name of the father of the discoverer of America. Okay, so that's his name, Domenico, who had a younger brother called Bartolomeo and a sister called Buena Netta. I know I'm butchering these names, but we just here for the information. You feel me? What's up, Mika? Furthermore, Senor de la Riga found out that during the same period, there was a Pontevedra, a Fonte family who had relations with the Colons and who were Jews, if we are to judge by their biblical forenames. Struck by these interesting coincidences, he asked himself if this Domingo Colon of Pontevedra might not possibly be the father of Christopher Columbus. And if Christopher himself, about whose birthplace there has been so much discussion, might not have been born in Galicia instead of in Genoa, as everyone has come to suppose. Okay, so clearly there's been some type of argument about the birthplace. It's been a mystery. Nobody knows. Huh? Nobody knows where quote unquote Christopher Columbus was born for real, for real. It's all speculation, right? As everyone has come to suppose. And might it not also be that the discoverer's mother, whose name is Susanna, is J, and whose family name of Fontanarosa closely resembles that of the J family of Fontanarosa of Pontevedra, was herself of that same family? Was herself of that same family? Clearly, the documents which have been brought to light establish nothing of the kind. But in the absence of explicit deeds to that effect, one may always fall back on hypothesis, which has precisely for its object the supplying of absent proofs. Let us suppose, for instance, that the Domingo Colon of Pontevedra married the daughter of a Fontarosa. That this girl was called Susanna, which was the name of Columbus's mother. That from this marriage came several children, the elder two of whom were Christopher and Bartholomew. Man, I'm still feeling it, y'all. And finally, let us suppose that between the years 1444 and 1450, a period when troubles broke out in Galicia, Domingo, his wife Susanna, and their sons Christopher and Bartholomew left their native land and took refuge in Genoa, there changing the Spanish name of Colon into its Italian form of Colombo. We all know he was quote unquote Portuguese, right? And we should already know by now there's not that many there's not that big of a gap between the Portuguese and Ish. It's really not that big of a gap. accept as facts all these suppositions or suppositions, whatever I don't know he said, and at once no further uncertainty remains. Matters being thus arranged, assume the form it is desired to give them, and Columbus becomes a Spaniard from the place of his birth and a J by blood as well on his mother's. Hold on, and a J by blood as well on his mother's as on his father's side, for it is the custom of Israelites to intermarry among themselves. Senor de la Riga next proceeds to study the question, and, as we are told, after long and minute researches, he becomes convinced that things had happened just as he had supposed, and that the Columbus of Genoa, the father, mother, and brother of Christopher, as also Christopher himself, were no other than the Colons of Spain and the Jays of Ponte Vedra. Now let me ask you a question. Why does that matter? Does it matter? Have you even heard of such a thing? Once again, this documentation is coming out of the Library of Congress. It's still an opinion, I guess, but I mean, this book breaks that opinion down a lot. Well, not a lot, but it breaks it down enough. You know what I'm saying? But why is that important? Or do you feel like it's important? I'll tell you why it's important. The reason why it's important. I'm gonna go back up. The reason why it's important is we got to remember what was going on. We got to remember what was going on during this specific time, right? We know about dumb diverses, and we know about the doctrine of discovery and totality. We know how Britain, I mean, much like today, right? When you look at what's going on today, and you look at Ish and the nations that are helping them fund anything they're doing, right? You have the European nations, so you have like Britain, France, Spain, and all these nations in America helping them, right? So it's the same thing back then. You have these nations as a conglomerate. Now we got to remember this. Whenever Columbus came, we were told, the ultimate destruction was happening to actually his. I mean, if this is true, if he is half J, the ultimate destruction was happening to his people 400 years afterwards, right? 300 years afterwards. But how is that possible when you already came here and conquered? You already set up lands and things like that. Like I was telling you before, you can easily find this out. I mean, there was plenty of synagogues and things like that in New York back in the 20s, before WW2. Back in the 20s. Go Google it. So how is people having such a rough time on the earth? But you can have real estate in a whole nother nation. Okay, we're just gonna skip down some more. We're just gonna skip. We're just skipping through this. But I'm gonna show you all these little pages. Okay. As you see, this is page 510. The one I have, I don't have it complete. Not right now. I will though. This is actually a bigger book than what it is. So this one starts off on page 505. But you can pause these pages and get what you need. Okay. Let's read this real quick. We're gonna read this paragraph these two paragraphs right here. One might criticize very many other remarkable statements in these publications, wherein may be found in every page, so to speak, counterfeit assertions, false quotations, illogical deductions, and queer conjectures. But we have said enough to satisfy the reader that of all these authors who have written to establish that Columbus was a Galatian of Hebrew origin, it is only necessary to retain the simple facts of the existence at Ponte Vedra in the 15th century of a Colon family, of which several individuals bore the same forenames as did those of the Colombo family of Genoa, and of a Fontarosa family, whose name recalls the family of the discoverer's mother, which Fontarosa family was probably J-ish. Shalom. There is in reality nothing at all extraordinary about these facts. The colons swarm throughout the Latin countries. Among families of this name appear several Dominicos, several Bartolomeos who were not of Genoa, nor were Jayish colons wanting in Spain. 3 were buried in Tarragona in 1489. That is in Columbus's own day, and it was possible for him to have witnessed their suffering. The colons of Pontevedra were probably Israelites, but in order to see in them the colons of Genoa, it is necessary to distort well-known facts and falsify the evidence of contemporaries. Okay, so you know what that means. Trying to hide this truth from you, but you can't hide it for long. We're just gonna read this last. We're gonna read this last paragraph. Well, you know what? We're gonna start here, and we're gonna close this out. Well, this section. Doubtless, in any case, I'm right here in the 3rd paragraph too. Doubtless, in any case, it would be thought these were very poor reasons for making a J of Columbus, but our authors give others. Thus, this great man wrote in a biblical style, and he did, right? Like we were kind of talking to y'all before. In his journal, he was speaking about how he knew he was coming to the Americas to fulfill prophecy. He knew it. He knew he was coming here to destroy. He knew he was the rider in the white rider in the book of Revelation. We got other brothers that broke this, knew this truth out too before, all on YouTube. But he knew it, right? This great man wrote in a biblical style. He was fond of quoting the prophets. By choice, he preferred to read books that were either biblical or of Jayish origin. He himself wrote a book of prophecies. Did y'all know that? Y'all probably didn't even know that. That's what I'm telling you. He already knew. We sitting here in 2023 waiting for the Antichrist and the 4 horsemen to hit and all of that. And it already happened. That's what happened when he came here. It's what happened when he came here. His mystical signature seems to recall some J doctrine. I don't even know what that name says. Giustiani says he was born of plebeian parents, which signifies they were miserable and low. Columbus left a legacy to a J. J's protected him. He was avaricious. He thought himself the messenger of Jehovah. He thought he was doing God's work. He said it. He had a fresh colored complexion. Fire books, y'all. All praise to the Most High for revealing this truth to us. Fair hair and aquiline nose, characteristics as all the world knows of the Israelite type, and particularly of the Southern Jays. Oh man, here they go. We have dwelt at some length on this singular thesis because it has taken so considerable a development that it was to be feared it might, from the force of bold repetition under different forms and in various languages, and in obtaining credit among those who were not well acquainted with the subject, we have thought it our duty to restore things to their places. But in doing so, we have regretted to see a man of letters like Senor de la Riga compromise his fair literary reputation by such an excursion, which he could have had no interest to undertake. for it is really difficult to understand the object of so noisy a campaign. Is not the glory of Columbus exclusively Spanish? Was it not to Spain he carried his great designs? Was it not in Spain they were entertained? And was it not there that he was put into a position to carry them out? Was it not in Spain he founded a family? And had he not become so thoroughly Spanish as to lose the use of his own mother tongue? What matter then whether he were born in Pontevedra or Genoa? Columbus, and whatever city he first saw the light of day, belongs to Spain and can be claimed by none but her. To her he owes what he was, and it is to him she is indebted for that new world whose existence he had divined, and in whose quest he went until he found and gave her to his adopted country. His adopted. So what? Who was his adopted country? You just got to be telling us how. You see how the devil speak is all over the place. You see how the devil speak all over the place. They get here talking about what difference do it make if he was from Spain or he's a J. He sprinkled his magnificence on the new world. His magnificent divinity, his glory, when he came over slaughtering. You know a ish person edited that book. All right, we're about to end this clip. I hope y'all like that. That book is called. Let me show YouTube one more time what this book is called. You may be able to find a PDF. I don't know. Or you can see the title in the top left. But here's the title. You know I can't, YouTube be tripping. Okay. And you see what page it is. 500. Starting off at least. On that topic, 505. All right. And the clip for YouTube. Appreciate y'all, man. Anyway. Very powerful message though. Like they try to downplay the significance of that. Just like now, right? There's always a downplaying of who is who, because then you begin to understand who is doing what in the world, right? In the world, you understand who is doing what in the entire world. And when you put two and two together, what's up, Cheryl? And when you put two and two together, it's like, and see, I'm not trying to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you put two and two together, it's like, damn. It's almost like one people going crazy out here. And everybody else is walking. Everybody else just following in line, ain't it? And that one people is really destroying another people. Don't get it twisted. They're destroying everybody. Don't get it twisted. They destroying everybody. But they go out their way to really destroy somebody else. Out there from every situation. Look at it. I was on Twitter today. As I do to get my good old news sometimes. And the girl, Sexy Red, she's from St. Louis. So, man, I just be looking at how these people out here so lost, man. Like it makes perfect sense why. I mean, I had to say it like this, but we really getting set up to have a whole bunch of empty households. You feel me? Like the extinction of a family. It makes sense now why Isaiah 4:1 said though. In the end, it's gonna be 7 women to 1 man, and they're gonna be begging the man, "Hey, take this shame off my head. We'll pay our way." We get into that because, man, these women lost, bro. Men too though. Out here lost. Have no idea have no idea what's reality. Can't stop doing this all day long. Watch somebody. On top of that, watch somebody else live their life. My bad. There we go. But all day long, watch somebody else live their life. And your life in shambles. Because you got time to watch somebody else's. You should probably focus on yours. Feel me? Focus. See what's important. See what the people in your life telling you. Oh, my mic going crazy. What the hell happened to my mic, boy? See it? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my mic together. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Cause a lot of people, man, don't really get it. They're so used to doing things and getting like it be the attention, right? It be attention that people are addicted to. That's why you have people that do social medias and TikToks and stuff because that's why getting addicted to the attention. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I guess ain't nothing wrong with it, but you gotta if you're gonna have an influence. I guess there ain't nothing wrong with it, but if you're gonna have an influence, my mic look crazy, but I don't care. I gotta fix it later. At least do something with it. Do something positive with it. Like I don't want to be on. Like me personally, I just can't be online not talking about nothing. Like what? I'm be on. Yeah. Y'all wouldn't watch it. Y'all wouldn't watch me hit a 3-pointer. Oh. That goofy ass shit, goofy. All right, let's look at another book. Hold on. Let's look at something else. Hold up. Ancient America. Great age is a man. I ain't gonna clip this up for YouTube. We just gonna go through it a little bit. We just gonna go through it a little bit ourselves. Ancient America, man. America was a very prominent place, man. Before silliness. You feel me? Before the silliness happened. So the earliest Americans, the Great Stone Cities, an age of warriors dash kings, high culture in the Andes, gods and empires, triumphs of native genius, horsemen from the sea, the deathless heritage. Okay? We're not even going to read the introduction. But we've been talking about Christopher for the past few days. Just pause it here. You can read it yourself. Let me zoom in. You can read it yourself, yeah? But we just go down. We're going to breeze through it. We're going to look at images, man. Look at a few images, you know? And just take it in. Just take in what was here before it got destroyed. Because there's some very powerful stuff here, man. That was some very powerful stuff here, man. A jade death mask finely wrought for more than 200 pieces of the semi-precious stone covered the face of a Maya chieftain whose remains were found in the sarcophagus of a 13th century old tomb in Chiapas, Mexico. The whites of the eyes of the mask are made of shell. The irises and pupils are made of obsidian. That's fire. That's fire. Think about that. Think about the technology you have to cut jade, fit it, and then basically, I don't know, glue it together. However they did it. Because it's still intact, right? So they use some type of super. There is something powerful. But it was nothing but savages here, huh? For more than 20 years after Christopher Columbus discovered America, the newly revealed lands proved a disappointment. Columbus had promised much. Their highnesses can see, he wrote to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, that I shall give them as much gold as they want, slaves, as many as they shall order, and I shall find 1,000 other things of value. Because he already knew. But the anticipated wonders had not materialized, and the small Spanish settlements in the Caribbean were held in angry suspense like the audience of a theater whose curtain had failed to rise. On the thousands of miles of coastline explored, no civilization or substantial wealth had yet been found. The primitive inhabitants, misnamed Indians because Columbus thought he was near India, had hardly any possessions, and when they were forced by the Spaniards to work as slaves, they died almost at once. Come on, but that don't even sound right. There was plenty of good farmland, but the fierce adventurers who swarmed across the Atlantic had no love for farming. Fresh from fighting the Moors in Spain, they were eager for gold and glory, and neither was in sight. Oh yeah, I forgot. We supposed to be reading about the Moors, right? I forgot about that. We're supposed to be reading about the Moors because that's important because that's who they found over here. They found Moors or melanated or quote unquote African American people, right? Only a steady trickle of rumors kept their hopes alive. During Columbus's last voyage in 1502, he met off the coastline of Honduras a canoe, long as a galley, with a thatched cabin amidships, a 25-man crew, and a cargo that included copper hatches and bales. The female passengers were not naked like other Indians. They wore decent cotton dresses and covered their faces modestly like Moorish women. Why? Because they were Moors. They're just not going to tell you that. Right? They're going to lie in this. The canoemen pointed toward the west and seemed to be saying in pantomime that a rich land lay in that direction. All right, cool. But he's telling you, they're talking about. I have never read this book before, neither. This is my first time even opening this book, to be honest with you. But they lying already. Well, they're not lying. They're just not telling you the full truth. Maybe they will later. I don't know. We're just going through it. I like looking at images. That's why I'm not clipping it up neither, because I don't know what's in here. A groove stone, which was attached to a spear shaft. Isn't that amazing though how we'll see images like this? Well, isn't it amazing how we'll see images like this, but like the whole time we were children, they'll make us believe like the greatest invention of quote unquote Native Americans or Indians was an arrowhead. Like if you find an arrowhead, you find the greatest invention. If you found it, the greatest invention they ever had. Like what? You know what I'm saying? People crazy, boy. Okay, let's look at some of this. My bad. I'm skipping too much. This is a deep book. I can tell. Card from look another jade figure. Card from Jade. An inscrutable Olmec figurine holds a child thought to represent the offspring of a jaguar god. Okay, look, dude, look like Yo Gotti. Now you can't hide. You know what I'm saying? You can hide as much as you want. A group portrait. In the vast and varied lands of ancient America, there dwelt a diversity of peoples, each with its own personality and way of life. Many of these civilizations left a vivid record of themselves in the wealth of sculptured figures. Their archeo oh my god, their archaeologists. I can't even talk to I'm gonna go to sleep. Have unearthed around their sediments. Some of their figures, like the Olmec image above, hint at an overpowering concern with ritual and religion. Others are more worldly, Maya sculptures display a sophisticated flair for beauty that of Western Mexican villages an eye for humor. Aztec figures, on the other hand, frequently evoke brutality and death. In a few cases, virtually nothing survives of an ancient culture but its small self portraits in clay, lava rock, or jade. Yet often these provide remarkable insights into its people's lives. And that's interesting too, though, right? Just these sculptures and stuff, man, we can see a lot. We can see their mindsets and see where they are. So frozen in ritual poses, 7-inch high stone figurines perform a cryptic ceremony beside upright blades of jade. Archaeologists discovered the group. So I wonder what's up with jade though. There has to be some type of significance to jade or that color, right? Cause we see that a lot over here. There's probably some type of significance that we just don't know about. Right? They got us focused on diamonds, a colorless, a colorless stone. The mysterious Olmecs. Yeah, they're very just like in Egypt, right? They're so mysterious, but you see their noses. Get rid of them. They're like the Sphinx. They're not that mysterious. You would just know that their descendants are still in their land if you knew who they were. What's up, Ronnie? The mysterious Olmecs, the first major civilization of the New World, was that of the Olmecs. Okay, so let's look at the Olmecs again. Yo Gotti. I telling you, that's the first people that was over here. Yo Gotti. The first major civilization of the New World was that of the Olmecs, and enigmatic people who inhabited the jungles along Mexico's Gulf Coast as long ago as 1200 BC. The images they left of themselves and their guides have mask-like expressions. Okay. A godlike head has the strange feline um, eyes and mouth characteristics of Olmec sculpture. Why is it that the nose is on or like on every other sculpture except for the Olmec stuff? Like what the hell? Though? Or snarling, jaguar-like features, rigid and anonymous. They suggest a society pervaded by a dark, powerful religion. Why the religion got to be dark? Just because you don't understand it. Now it's dark. Now it's dark, but y'all came over here and destroyed everybody over here. But you have the nerve to call somebody dark. From such sculpture and from the ruins of religious centers, scholars have deduced that the Olmec's priestly rulers once held sway over thousands of peasants through ceremonies that were believed to control rainfall and jungle spirits. By exacting tribute and labor from their subjects, these rulers built impressive temples and spread their influence throughout Middle America. Okay. Village artists, unlike the austere Olmecs of the eastern forest, the village farmers of western Mexico seem to have enjoyed an earthy and sensuous life. Their pottery figures made as funeral offerings to the dead depict not sinister gods, but colorful anecdotes from their everyday existence. You see the contrast there? There we like their figurines better because it makes us feel better. Their gods aren't sinister. We've been listening to these people, man, for hundreds of years. For wisdom. Y'all understand that? We've been listening to these people for wisdom for hundreds of years, man. What can they tell? They can't tell us nothing, man. What you gonna tell me? Huh? What are you gonna tell me? Hey, you know what's wild? You could tell that this figurine is new too, ain't it? Look, it got color and everything. That's new. The older ones is only one color. The older stuff is one color, right? Seems like somebody's trying to. I'm just saying, man. Seems like it's an agenda. This Aztec sculpture has blunt, uncompromising features. The Aztecs, who started as a band of nomads, conquered much of Mexico before being themselves overthrown by the Spanish. Look, it's one color because it's older. The color gone. The color gone, man. Look, this new. It's new. You could tell this is new. Come on, bro. Y'all could tell this is new, bro. Y'all could tell these images are new, bro. This ain't no old stuff. A seated cripple left, sculpted by a Mochica artist, has one slumped leg and holds a heavy staff. The hollow figure, equipped with a spout in back, was used to hold beer for ceremonial use. A portrait of a ruler. This Mochica head displays features. Wait, no, this down here. This Mochica head displays features of a vigorous intelligence. No other American people took care to commemorate important men with such fine likeness. It's iffy, but it looks older. It just looks old. Or not old, it looks newer because it got that color in it. That's the only thing. When I see images with color and you can really like tell the difference, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I believe that, bro. One thing we know too, the oldest stuff, man, they were using like stones. They were using like jade, we see obsidian. I mean, they was using marble, like different type of marbles and stuff that would be colored themselves. But they would just mix the different. They would cut the stones and mix them as an actual color. You feel me? So interesting stuff. What's this, bro? 12 earthquake we see out of honestly. Oh, we might have to go crazy. We might have to, what? We might have to tap into that. I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna accident, man. It's my first time going through this book. I actually was just going running through some stuff. But we can go through this too. I need to go over the more. I'll probably clip that up tonight. I might not go live, but I'll probably make a clip of the more section tonight and upload that on YouTube. And I'm gonna upload the Columbus, a Spaniard, and a J tonight too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's dope. Man, so much, man. We about to unpack a lot. It's so much, bro. I be wanting to share. It be so much, bro. It be so much, bro. These the Aztecs. These Aztecs right here, y'all. This is found in southern Mexico. Maya site. So they named the Aztecs. It's the Mayans, they saying. This guy, they belong in Egypt, don't it? Interesting. It look like they painted. It look like they painted over there. You see this white right here? They painted over there. You see that? I know y'all can't see my cursor. You see this white down the middle? It's like they painted over something that they didn't want us to see. You see that? You can see it. Hold on. It's like a dragon face to the right or something. Is it smoke or something? Is that supposed to be smoke? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is some of them Indians blacking them up, boy. They Akon black. What is all that white stuff, bro? Y'all see all that white stuff though? See, that's why I don't be trusting these. That's why I don't be trusting these pictures though, man. With these colors, because we know during the Renaissance period, that's when they started changing stuff. You can see like his legs. You could tell they're trying to change it, or they're about to change the color or do something. I don't know. That's interesting though. The judgment, death. Damn, look at that boy down there with. Look at that boy right there with them dreads. Boy, look at that boy right there with them locks. Hold on, let me zoom in on my boy with the locks. Let me zoom in on my. He clearly got braids. You can see his part and everything. Both of them got locks. They look like the destruction of Israel to me. Oh, why you won't let me go over, y'all? Yeah. Look like them. Look like they destroying somebody to me. Look. Look like they destroying somebody to me. Look at that red man. Look, they trying to paint him over with a cheetah print. They finna paint him over. You see that? Look, he's selling them. He's selling them. He got the measurement stick out there. Yeah. Look at that head. They talking about this is a burial right. No, this is slavery. That's what this is. You okay. Alright. We freestyling now, this y'all. These are powerful images. They over here doing. They on that hookah. Oh, that's why it's smoking like that. They out here hookah it out. Smoking that ganja. I heard smoking that ganja. Can't even focus. Yeah. That's interesting though. I love pictures though. A picture is worth 1,000 words, ain't it? All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm freestyling this right now. I just want to look at some pictures real quick. Damn. I just want to look at some pictures real quick. Damn, they going crazy. They were eating people. Look at. Um, but like I said, I'm definitely gonna have some clips. I'm definitely gonna clip some stuff up tonight. Sure. I'm just gonna go handle some family business real quick. And now they be bad. See these pictures, I don't think they look how they just look too good. You know what I'm saying? It don't look that old, bro. Like these the pictures they used to showing us and we believe it. But look at this, look at the like what do they make the pictures out of? I could see something like this being made in like the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the 1800s or something. But I don't know. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. See, that's different. I don't know, man. What's that? What's that big old head? Oh, it's Omek head. Omek. Oh man, interesting. All right, y'all, man. This kid's going crazy. I gotta go calm them down because they ain't finna do nothing. These kids gotta. It's Sunday though, so I know everybody gotta get up and go to work in the morning. So I'll probably just put the live. Oh, I'll probably just upload the clips. Then what I'm gonna try to do, because I got so much information I want to drop now, man. At least do clip 3 clips a week or something. You know what I'm saying? But I found out how to clip up while I'm going live simultaneously too. So it's a little bit easy. All right. Well, we'll talk soon, man. We'll talk soon. Look out for that clip tomorrow. I'm going to upload it tonight, but y'all probably won't see it tomorrow. All right. Shalom. I'm out.